Today we will take a fantastic trip to one of the most beautiful places in the United States. Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States, is home to numerous iconic landmarks, museums, and cultural institutions. Here are some must-visit places in Washington, D.C. Please subscribe to the channel to be notified of every video we post. Thank you. The first place to visit in Washington, D.C. is the White House. Take a tour or view the iconic exterior of the official residence and workplace of the President of the United States. The White House is the official residence and workplace of the President of the United States. It is located at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, NW in Washington, D.C. The White House serves as the primary workplace for the President, where they carry out their duties and responsibilities as the head of the executive branch of the U.S. government. The White House is an iconic symbol of American government and has a rich history dating back to its construction, which began in 1792 and was completed in 1800. It was designed by James Hoban, an Irish architect, and has undergone several renovations and expansions over the years. The White House is known for its neoclassical architectural style, with its distinctive white exterior. In addition to its role as the President's residence and workplace, the White House also hosts official functions, diplomatic meetings, and various events. It is open for public tours, and its rooms and spaces are filled with historical significance and art, including the famous Oval Office, the East Room, the State Dining Room, and the Rose Garden. The White House is not only the seat of the U.S. presidency, but also a symbol of American democracy and government. It plays a central role in the country's political and cultural life, and is one of the most recognized buildings in the world. The second place to visit in Washington, D.C. is the National Mall. Explore the vast open space that houses several monuments and memorials, including the Lincoln Memorial, the Washington Monument, the Vietnam Veterans Memorial, and the World War II Memorial. The National Mall is a large, open national park located in downtown Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. It is a significant national symbol and a popular tourist destination, attracting millions of visitors each year. The National Mall stretches over 2 miles from the United States Capitol to the Lincoln Memorial, with the Washington Monument at its center. The National Mall is home to several iconic landmarks and monuments that hold historical and cultural significance, including a prominent obelisk built to honor George Washington, the first President of the United States, a memorial dedicated to Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, known for its famous statue of Lincoln seated in contemplation, a memorial honoring Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, the seat of the United States Congress, which houses the Senate and the House of Representatives, a memorial honoring the Americans who served in the armed forces and those who supported the war effort during World War II. The National Mall also includes several museums of the Smithsonian Institution, such as the National Air and Space Museum, the National Museum of American History, the National Museum of Natural History, and the National Gallery of Art. These museums display a wide range of historical, cultural, and scientific exhibits and collections that attract visitors from around the world. The National Mall serves as a venue for various events, including political rallies, cultural celebrations, and public gatherings. It is a symbol of the nation's heritage and serves as a reminder of the principles and values upon which the United States was founded. The third place you should visit in Washington, D.C. is the United States Capitol. Visit the seat of the U.S. Congress and take a guided tour to learn about the history and significance of this iconic building. The United States Capitol, often referred to simply as the Capitol, is the home of the United States Congress, the legislative branch of the U.S. federal government. It is located on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. The Capitol building is a symbol of American democracy and plays a central role in the country's political life. The Capitol building is an iconic example of neoclassical architecture and was designed by several architects, including William Thornton and Benjamin Henry Latrobe. The building features a prominent dome and 2 wings, one for the Senate and one for the House of Representatives. The Capitol is where the United States Congress convenes to carry out its legislative duties. It houses both the Senate and the House of Representatives, where lawmakers debate, draft, and vote on legislation that affects the entire nation. It is also the location for presidential inaugurations and other significant national events. The Capitol is situated on the eastern end of the National Mall, overlooking the National Mall and the Washington Monument. This central location reflects the building's importance in the nation's governance. The Rotunda is a central space within the Capitol, located under the dome. It features the Apotheosis of Washington, a famous fresco painting on its ceiling, which depicts George Washington ascending to the heavens surrounded by various allegorical figures. Statuary Hall is a chamber within the Capitol that houses statues of prominent individuals from each U.S. state. Each state can contribute 2 statues to the collection, which are displayed throughout the Capitol building. The Capitol Visitor Center, which opened in 2008, provides educational materials, visitor services, and guided tours for the public, allowing visitors to learn about the history and functioning of the Capitol. The United States Capitol is an enduring symbol of American democracy and the federal government. It is a place where the nation's elected representatives come together to make important decisions and create legislation that shapes the future of the United States. The 4th place you should visit in Washington, D.C. is the Smithsonian Institution. Discover the world's largest museum, education, and research complex, which includes 19 museums, galleries, and the National Zoo. Don't miss the National Air and Space Museum, the National Museum of American History, and the National Museum of Natural History. 5 places you must visit in Washington, D.C. is the National Gallery of Art. Explore one of the nation's preeminent art museums, which houses a vast collection of European and American art from the Middle Ages to the present day. 6 places you must visit in Washington, D.C. is the Library of Congress. Visit the largest library in the world, known for its extensive collection of books, manuscripts, and cultural artifacts, as well as its stunning architecture and exhibitions. The 7 must-see places in Washington, D.C. is the National Archives. See the original copies of the U.S. Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and the Bill of Rights, and learn about the nation's founding documents and history. The 8th place you should visit in Washington, D.C. is the National Zoo. Enjoy a day at the zoo, home to over 2,700 animals representing more than 390 species, including giant pandas, elephants, lions, and various other exotic animals. The 9th place you must visit in Washington, D.C. is the National Museum of African American History and Culture. Explore the history and culture of African Americans in the United States through various exhibits, artifacts, and interactive displays. The 10th place you should visit in Washington, D.C. is the National Museum of American History. Learn about the history of the United States through exhibitions that showcase key moments and artifacts that have shaped the nation's cultural and political landscape. These are just a few of the many attractions and landmarks that make Washington, D.C. a rich and diverse destination for visitors interested in American history, culture, and politics. Please subscribe to the channel to be notified of every video we post. Thank you.